Hey guys, it's September, so it's time for me to tell you what books are coming out this month that I'm really excited about. I have 10 for you so far, so let's jump right in. First book is Jessica Darling's A-List, number 1, The Totally Not Guaranteed Guide to Popularity, Prettiness, and Perfection, by Megan McCafferty, and it's book number 1 in the Jessica Darling's A-List series. Comes out on September 3rd, and I'm really excited about it. It does take place before the Jessica Darling series, which started with Sloppy First. It's a story of Jessica when she's going into 7th grade or like junior high, and basically it's the first day and she realizes that her best friend's really pretty and she doesn't know she's pretty. It's going to change things between them, and it's kind of about her getting used to the fact that her best friend's pretty and that she's really average and making these new friends that she really doesn't like, and it really sets up everything for the entire Jessica Darling series, which starts with Sloppy First, like I said before. So I absolutely love this book. When I was in high school with the Sloppy First series or whatever, I loved them, and I'm really excited to get an insight into her when she was in 7th grade. I have been waiting for this for a really long time, and I'm really excited about it. Next we have The 100 by Cass Morgan, which is book number 1 in the 100 series. Comes out on September 3rd, and if for those of you who don't know, this is actually being made into a CW TV show as well. This is the first time I've heard of like a TV show and a book coming out at the same time, so I'll be really curious to see how it all plays out, but it's kind of like a dystopian series, and basically Earth is no longer inhabitable and humans live in like spaceships that orbit the Earth. It reminds me a lot of Xenon, a movie on the Disney Channel if you guys know what I'm talking about, and basically the government leaders decided that they have to take back Earth because they're running out of resources up in space, and they have to try before it's too late. So they send 100 juvenile delinquents to Earth to recolonize. It sounds really interesting, not like anything I've ever read before, and since there is a TV show, I'm really excited to check it out, both of them, because I tend to like the CW a lot, at least some of the shows, and I'm really curious to see, I guess, what it's all about. Okay, this next book is The Transfer, A Divergent Story by Veronica Roth. It comes out on September 3rd, and please don't kill me, but I have not read the Divergent series before, so I have absolutely no clue what this book is about. It's basically just like a short story, and from what I could tell, it's told from Four's perspective. I have no clue who that is, and it doesn't sound like a real name to me, but that's what it said on Goodreads. So, and it's the first of a few short stories that are going to come out. It's like .0 or .1 or whatever is like the book number. So yeah, I will eventually read the series and I will eventually read this book, but not yet. So, okay, this next book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and it comes out on September 10th. Basically, it's a coming-of-age tale about fan fiction. The main character, Kath, and her sister were pretty obsessed with this like book series called Simon Snow, and it had been made into like a movie or a TV show, and like the fan base of it was growing a lot, and it's kind of what they live for. They went to book signings, and that's just all they did. They went in the the forums on the website and things like that. And her sister kind of grows up and grows away from this fandom and doesn't really want to be a part of it anymore. She thinks it's kind of juvenile. But Kath has a really hard time letting go. This was her life and she was so devoted to it. But she's about to go off to college, and her sister tells her that she doesn't want to live with her anymore. She wants to steer clear of this Simon Snow stuff. So, it's her tale of her going to college and really having to be on her own for once and figuring out if she should let this thing, go and find new hobbies and make her own friends that have nothing to do with this. But it's a part of her as well. So it's really, sounds really interesting, Next we have Thornhill by Kathleen Peacock, and it's book number 2 in the Hemlock series. Comes out on September 10th. I actually never read Hemlock, or whatever the first book is called, but I saw this book was coming out and it looked really exciting. It's a paranormal romance about werewolves, and it said it was for fans of True Blood, which that I am. So I'm really excited to check it out. I have no idea what it's about. Like I said, just werewolves. So hopefully it'll be really good. I'm really excited. Next we have Smoke by Ellen Hopkins, and it's book number 2 in the Burn series. or a companion book. I don't know what 2 books are called, but it's the long-awaited sequel to Burned. I've been waiting 7 years for this book. Comes out on September 10th, and I honestly can't even put into words how excited I am for this. I remember reading Burned, and I was just absolutely floored by the ending, and I could not wait to know what happened. But at the time, we didn't even know there was going to be a second book. This is a very new development, so I'm really excited to read this, like, dying excited. Like, I need a time machine to go to the 10th of September so I can buy this book and read it, because I can't even, no words. I did read obviously, like, the about the book, so I kind of have an idea of what happened at the end of Burned. I'm not going to give away any spoilers at all. Like, you have to read it because this is an absolutely amazing book. But all books by Ellen Hopkins are really amazing, so that absolutely means nothing. But I definitely recommend checking out Burned and reading this book because they're both going to be just amazing. So next we have Percy Jackson and the Singer of Apollo, which is like 5.5 in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan. It comes out on September 17th, and it's a short story about Grover, Percy, and Apollo. And it's actually set before the Heroes of Olympus series, so right after book number 5, which is The Last Olympian. That one, I have it with me, I'm reading it right now. So it's kind of right in between the end of that book and the beginning of Heroes of Olympus. I don't really know how this series ends, so I don't really know what this short story is about either because it didn't really say online. But I'm really excited about it. I really like the Percy Jackson series. I just started reading it and, well, I just started reading it and now I'm finishing it. But I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to get more. So, really excited for this one. This next book is called Dead Girls Don't Lie by Jennifer Shaw Wolf. It comes out on September 17th and it's a standalone book. It's kind of like a murder mystery. Basically, JC and Rachel are best friends, basically inseparable. But there's some incident at they have like a fight at an old house, and it eventually leads to Rachel's death. And 5 minutes before she had died, she had sent JC a text message, and basically the police had thought that it was kind of like a result of a random gang crime that she had been killed, but JC kind of dives into this text message and what happened that night, and has like shocking results of what had actually happened, and she unravels some secrets and stuff like that, and it just sounds really interesting. I don't know, I've been kind of looking at this book for a long time. This next book is called When the Stars Still Shine by Trish Dollar, and it comes out on September 27th. It's a standalone book, and it's the story of Callie, who was stolen and taken by her mother when she was really young, and she's been on the run with her mom for like 10 years, and she hasn't had anything of a normal life. And finally her mom is arrested for kidnapping her, and she is sent down to Florida to live with her dad, and it's kind of her getting adjusted to her new life. I don't know, I really like stories like these. I think they're very interesting. It's very sad, but this is like a fiction story, so it isn't a real kind of anything that happened, but it does still sound really interesting. Okay, this next story is called The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. It comes out on September 24th, and I'm really excited for this one. It's a story of 2 couples whose lives converge under very weird circumstances. The first couple is Ira and Ruth, and after a car accident that leaves Ira injured, he is struggling to regain consciousness, and he just sees a blurry image. Finally gains focus, and he sees his wife. And she's passed away like 9 years ago or so she's obviously not there. And she is recounting their lives together to keep him conscious until like the paramedics can get there, and just trying to get him to hold on and not go away. But he, I'm assuming, is probably trying to go and be with her, because they belong together. So there's that couple, and the next couple is Sophia and Luke. And while Sophia is recovering from a recent breakup, she meets a young cowboy named Luke, and he couldn't be more different from all the boys she goes to school with, who are like frat boys and they like to party and stuff. And Luke, being a cowboy, he teaches her kind of the ways of life and how to survive and things like that. So she's starting to fall in love with him and kind of learning to get into that versus the whole party scene that she probably had been involved in with all the boys from school. But he is keeping a really big secret, and it could just destroy everything. So it's the story of those two couples, and their lives end up converging, and I have no idea how. No clue what happens, but it sounds really, really good, and I just love Nicholas Sparks a lot, and it's been a long time since he had a new book out, so I am just dying to read it. This next book is called Through the Zombie Glass by Gina Showalter, and it's book number 2 in the White Rabbit Chronicles. Comes out on September 24th. I don't want to give away any spoilers, so I'm not really going to say what it's about at all, but it does involve zombies, and the main character's name is Alice. Otherwise, it has really nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland, which is not what I thought when I read the first book. But I'm really excited to check this one out. I read the first one last year, and maybe it was this year, I don't know, but I've been dying for this one to come out, so really excited to see what happens. And those are all the books that I have for you guys this month that are coming out that I'm super excited about. I hope you guys check some of them out. And if I missed any that you think I should be reading, then let me know down below in the comments. I'm always taking new suggestions, and I'm always looking for new book series to read or things like that. So if I miss any, let me know, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, I should be having more videos out for you guys soon. I know I keep saying that, I don't, but I'm going to try to get some pre-recorded and just kind of let them out soon. I'm not going to be doing like a Friday schedule anymore just because it's become too hard, but hopefully I'll have more videos out soon. I've obviously bought a lot of books, so I have a lot of books to read, and I'm really excited about them. So I will see you guys later. Bye!